Morning everyone. So today we're at a BMW 2013 model F11 5 Series, and the problem with this one today, well, you'll not recognise this motor, but this is the one we've done the turbo on. So it's back with another fault, and it's an EGR fault. I'll put the codes in the description of the video, but it's a fairly common fault for these. Let me see if I've got it here. I think I took a picture of my phone. The rubbish quality here, but so the faults are a 255C00, a 282COO, I think this is a big one, 272FOO. So they're all complaining about the EGR valve. So I was watching a video the other night. This is a great channel. It's called Opus IVS, and there's a diesel, BMW diesel common problems. And they were talking about this. EGR's the top hit when it comes to BMW for problems. So I'll put a link in the description to that video. So what the guy was saying, you can take that EGR valve out, lubricate it, do whatever you like, but the fault will always return. So we've had to go and get another one. So the EGR valve resides, I'll point to it, just right there. And so I think it's a fairly straightforward procedure. There it is there. So this is totally electrical, this valve. There's no any vacuum lines or pneumatic lines going to this. It's purely electrical, but the failure rate is very, very high. So we'll whip that valve out, have a quick look at it, and replace it. Now this machine's got 147,000 miles on the clock, but I was reading on, there's a technical service bulletin, and they said they'd extended the warranty on this valve to 10 years or 120,000 miles. But the guy who owns the car phoned BMW, but they wanted to look at it with a diagnostic fee, and they never even acknowledged a limited, extended warranty. So he's just wanted it sorted, so we'll go for that. Cheers. So there is the new valve, the replacement valve. So I take it that's a couple of cooler pipes there, purely electrical. This one's made by Borg Warner, and the guy in that Opus IVS video was saying about lubricating this shaft, but even that eventually I think you're wasting your time. I mean, if it's my own car, I would be doing that. I wouldn't be replacing the thing, but this guy just wants the car to go, so which is fair enough. Many pins, 2 5-pin connector there, and I'll give you the codes. There's the part number. Borg Warner. I would say it's a bit fiddly to do this job. We ended up having to move that bar out the way and take that little torch screw off of there, disconnect the connection to the turbo actuator, remove this oil vapour pipe. Now, a word of warning, if we've replaced this, if you've not replaced that, be very careful with this pipe, it will split. What else did we disconnect? We just move this little clip up to give us wiggle room, and then we can move that up a bit. I see there's actually a cable going round there, but it's two. What size of torch are there already? T25? T25 tamper-proof torch. You see it's got the bit, got the bit in the middle there. So we'll take them out and hopefully we'll get enough room just to take it out. So what we've done here was we released that coolant pipe, and we've clamped it there, and we've put a little cap on there to stop the coolant flowing through. We released the pressure just slightly, and then already used a long screwdriver to go down through there to release that Jubilee clip, which you see in there. It's just there at the front there, that Jubilee clip there. So quickly just whip that thing off. So that is the valve finally out. So the way to remove this, because you've got the cooler and everything at the top, we'll show you that. You pop off this little cover, and that exposes the inner workings of the EGR valve. And once that cover is off, it then gives you room to manoeuvre it up. So just use a long screwdriver and pop that up. And you can see this one's actually sticking. See when you see it sticking like that, that should just move freely up and down. So it's okay at that point, but when it goes a bit further, it's sticking there. Doesn't look too bad actually, but it's getting changed anyway, so I'll go and show you. So what I done was I blocked in there with a long Allen key. Put a light on. See, I've blocked that little pipe at the back with a long Allen key before we fit the other one, and I need to try and find the Jubilee clip that came off the thing. I've done that. What else? So it's fairly straightforward to do that, and as I say, we blanked off the other coolant pipe. Actually, the little Jubilee clip I took off had fell down there in the exhaust manifold, so need to watch out for that. So when we put the new one back in, we had to do the same. Remove the top, and that gives you access into it. But the next bit is trying to get the Jubilee clip back on the pipework down at the side there, so it's a bit like being a surgeon trying to get that, but we'll muck away at it. But that's the only way I can think of getting this thing in. And you can see this one moves quite smoothly, it's no jamming. That's the new one. So that's the new valve back on. The worst bit about this job is getting that back pipe on, that Jubilee clip in there. Let's see if you can see that one right there. So it's just kind of got to tilt the valve without having the cover on, then offer it up and put it in, and then the last thing you do is to put the cover back on the valve, because I kind of think any other way we're doing that, doing this job without removing that cover, there's just no got an access. So pop these two T25 torch back on, put this back on, and I think you maybe need to calibrate it back into the car. We'll try the scan tool, see what it says. So there is the codes. It's came up. We've got a problem with this exhaust gas temperature. We need to change that as well. EGR, automatic stop start function, exhaust gas, exhaust gas, exhaust gas. So we'll clear the codes, and I'm not sure if you have to code this new valve in. So let's clear codes. Codes complete. Let's look at the codes. Oh, we're going to connect that. Good job, I checked that, right. You go and check the connect to the old pressure. There you go. There's a connector we left off. We'll try that. Go back. Clear codes. Codes. All good to go. So let's go into functional tests. Special function. Battery replacement, diesel particulate filter regeneration, diesel particulate nothing there. Actuator tests. I definitely thought you had to code that back in. EGR values. High pressure, percentage, temperature, low pressure. No. Oh well, we'll take it a run. See what it says for there. There's nothing on that scan tool at the moment.